that's one of the best things I needed as far as going into my last year to go into the real world, just being able to get held accountable for everything, like even outside of the court, on the court.
What's a funny story of something that happened at practice or before or after a game?
We were like huddling up, and you know how you huddling up, just like heat of the moment, and like we were trying to huddle up, and like Noah like stuck his hand in the air because he was trying to put his arm around like how we do, and and Javon has just been fighting all game like with this big guy he had to guard, and it's just like he can hit in the face, he can hit in the nose, and Noah like accidentally like slapped him in the face after he had just got hit in the face.
Oh no.
So he was kind of like, oh my God. Like,
he was at the end.
Yeah, he was at the end, so we had to calm him back down like, man, it's fine, but he was like, all right.
Welcome back to Athlete Unscripted with Sidney Depp. Today we are sitting down with a 6'6" guard for Louisville men's basketball. We have Terrence Edwards Jr., aka Fat. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, why do they call you Fat?
So growing up, I used to be like a very like huge kid, and everybody in the neighborhood just used to always call me Fat, but it was like all my friends. So my parents just stuck to a nickname, and I stayed there my whole life. So I was kind of around those guys, and, you know, going to school, people ask them, you know, like, what's my name and everything, and they tell them Fat, and I'm telling them Terrence. So it just stuck with me all through high school, and my coaches at JMU called me that, and then when I came, of course, they was cool with my last coaching staff, so they just originally called me Fat. I was hoping I came here and everybody called me Terrence.
But it stuck.
But it just stuck.
It stuck. And so were you just tall, or?
No, I wasn't even tall. I hit a growth spurt in like high school.
Okay.
So I was kind of like short.
Really?
Yeah.
So when did you hit your growth spurt, and how much did you grow?
I was 6'1" in 9th grade, and that summer of 9th grade going to 10th, I shot up a little bit to like 6'4", and then my junior year going to my senior year, I grew up to like 6'5", 6'6".
Okay.
So it was I was going through a lot of pain. And
Yes.
stuff in high school.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Lots of those growth spurts. Okay, so you're originally from Atlanta, Georgia, and then you went to James Madison, and now you're here. What did that recruitment process look like from high school all the way to now, being at U of L?
Yeah, so I actually had like an interesting like high school like path, just far as me making like a lot of changes to schools and stuff, and my 9th and 10th grade year, I was at one school, and then I kind of wanted to make a change, and I made a move my sophomore year, my junior year, to another school that was like up the street, and when I transferred there, we played a scrimmage game, and after the game, so it's like a rule in Atlanta, if you don't stay in that school, like district, you kind of like can't go to that school.
Right.
So I actually moved to that district. My dad, he moved to that district, so I can't go to that school, and when I went there, they still said that I didn't stay in the district. So it was kind of basically saying that we kind of like did a lot of wrong stuff with me being able to go to the school. So I was more than eligible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't even play my junior year of high school.
Wow.
So I was just lost. I didn't know if I wanted to play or anything ever again, because it just took a lot on me, just not being able to play and stuff, and I had to wait all the way to AAU, and I knew it was like my recruitment had just started. I had just received my first offer, but it was hard for it to stick because I wasn't playing.
Right.
So, of course, they had to move on and stuff, and so my junior year, I just sat out my whole junior year, and I played AAU. That's when I got all my scholarship offers. From a lot of major schools and at a couple high majors and stuff, but COVID-19 hit at the end of our season, so that recruitment process changed again. So it kind of went from having like 22 offers to like 3 or 4.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So It was kind of hard, and I was actually lucky that one of the schools that offered me was Coach Byington and his staff at Georgia Southern, and they made a change to James Madison. So I told him I wasn't going to Georgia Southern because I just didn't want to be close to home. I wanted to get away, and when they made that move, they called me again and it was like, hey, we we got the job at James Madison, I just automatically told him I'm coming because I was just tired of like not knowing like where I wanted to go, waiting, sitting around waiting. I didn't know what to do, so I went to James Madison. I knew it was the best fit for me. So I went up there, played there 4 years. Of course, you have ups and downs in your career. My freshman year, you know, going in, I fought for a starting job, ended up starting, but you know how the year go. I just had ups and downs with play and stuff like that. And then my sophomore year, I just got better and better every year. Junior year, sixth man of the year, second team all conference. Then my senior year, we won like 32 games, lost 4, won player of the year of the league. We went to March Madness. We beat Wisconsin in the first round, and then we lost to Duke in the second round. And that's when I hit the transfer portal. And Coach PK, he reached out to me, and when he first got the job, so that was like a good sign to me. And I used to play against Coach PK in the CAA, so I was kind of familiar with what he have like going on. I knew he coached the guys well and get them ready and stuff. So when he reached out to me, I knew it was a no-brainer to come to Louisville with him.
Oh yeah, so you were in the transfer portal, so you have experience there, and obviously it's a new thing. Mm-hmm. So what was that like, and how did you land with Louisville? Was it all PK's recruitment, or the location and the city? What contributed to your decision to come here?
I can honestly say that it was PK and his staff. I didn't really know like much about the city. I really didn't care, you know what I mean? I'm just an older guy. Like, I knew, like, what Louisville means and what it stands for as far as, like, the university, but I didn't know nothing about the city. I knew it was a special place, and I knew that they been waiting for the basketball team to get rolling. So, I was just so ready to just go somewhere where they needed a team to, like, bring the energy back. And I didn't want to go nowhere where it was already established. I wanted to go somewhere where it was going to be hard, you know, like go through adversity. Just like we started this year, like I came here to go through stuff like that just to test myself out, to know that I can go through adversity, and I think stuff like that will help me be like a better father now that I'm about to have a son and stuff. So, I feel like everything just worked out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you mentioned that, and I just want to say congratulations. That's so exciting.
Thank you.
But I want to talk about PK for a little bit. You mentioned he was the main reason you came here. He's brought the energy. He's brought in a team that brings the energy. Mm-hmm. Talk about your all's relationship and what it's like at practice and outside of practice, during the games, and what do those conversations look like between you two?
PK, I just laugh at him because like,
you got a spot.
He's just so energetic, and he's just a great guy. Like, you know, he's like a second father figure to me. You know, I've never seen a head coach like him, as far as like just preparation and how he just go by his business. And so it's two different. Well, it's not like two different PKs. It's just like outside of the court and on the court, and like when we working, it's a different PK. But when we off the court, he's more like a dad to us, you know what I mean? But when we on the court, he's more like our leader, you know, like he gonna hold us accountable and stuff like that. He's just a great guy to be around. Like, you just know when he comes around, it's just like, you just gonna smile, especially me, because it's just like he about to do something that's just outrageous, that just gonna make you like just pay attention to him. And but nah, he's a great coach. He's just so fun to be around. Great guy, great energy. He always gonna hold you accountable no matter what. And I think that's one of the best things I needed as far as going into my last year, to go into the real world, just being able to like get held accountable for everything, like even outside of the court, on the court. It's just been great. I mean, they had a surprise like baby shower for me the other day after practice. It was just something I just never experienced, you know, just the love that he shows to us and the guys. We all just love each other, and he built his program on love. So you have to be a good guy to be around him. You can't really be like your own guy and be stuck in your ways to be around him, because he'll call you out.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously power of the unit and the love that you're feeling as a player and as a family. At the beginning of the season, you all suffered a lot of injuries and a lot of things. And you actually had a quote. You said, "We're going to click real soon," in a presser after a game earlier this season. And now look at you. Like, hitting that restart button, hitting reset once you've already started the season is hard. How have you all come together and clicked and became a unit and became this powerful unit that now you're riding on a 7-game win streak?
Yeah.
What's it like? What's clicked for you guys?
I mean, in the most humblest way ever, but I said that just because I knew what was about to come. You know, when you working every day, you can just tell that the team is getting better, and sometimes you got to lose to get better. You know what I mean? And we took our lick a couple times this year, and we took it to the chin. We went to the locker room. We kept the outside noise, and we just went in and worked, and we just knew that when we click, it's just going to be hard to really beat us. And Coach PK told us, like, one thing we don't have to worry about is being really good. And every time he said that, you could just tell in the room that everybody just had the right mindset. Like, all we got to do is come to work. And once we do our part, and Coach PK and his staff, they're going to do their part, and we combine that, and it's going to be great. And the guys, we actually trust the process and what the coaches is laying out to us, and it's not like a practice that go by where someone is trying to do their own thing. Like, when we was taking those losses, nobody, like, went their separate way. Everybody just stayed the course, and after we took those losses, we go in the locker room, we're talking to each other, like, just stay positive, and we're going to get this thing right soon. We're a new team, and now it's all working out, and we're far from, like, where we want to be as a team. So we just keep that same, like, mindset, and we still think there's more out there for us to get, and that's what we're going for. Yeah.
I love it. And you really have had some iconic quotes this season at Louisville. You also said, "This ain't the same Ville." After the Pitt win, walking into the locker room. What do you mean by that? What's different?
It's just a grit that we play with, and it's not like about scoring points or like we don't care like about those things. So like, I've never really played with a team that really doesn't care about that. It's just like the grit that we play with, the fight, the intensity, how hard that we play. And I was just saying that because of like a guy was saying in the game from Pitt, like he was just saying stuff about Louisville, and which we don't try to like base our season off like the past or like what the last guys did, because we respect those guys. I mean, they gave it their all to be able to try to win games, and we know how hard it is to win. So everything we're saying, we're not like trying to like talk down on the past guys that played here the years before. We actually respect those guys, and we wanted to turn around for those guys, you know. But yeah, that was just a quote just based off the game and how high level the game was, and it was just a fight out there, guys talking this, guys talking that, just regular like basketball stuff. And that was just something that I just had to put out there, that this ain't the same Ville, because it's not. I mean, obviously it's not. We got Coach PK and his staff here. We got all the guys on the team, like got different guys in the Louisville uniform. So, yeah, it's not the same Ville.
Yeah. So you guys as a team, you're a completely different starting five, and guys not on the bench anymore to pull from. So you've really had to come together, and you are like a family. So what's a funny story you can share about the team, or you know, whoever you're closest with? And funny story of something that happened at practice or before or after a game? You're already laughing, so I know you have something in mind. Go ahead and let me know.
Javon gonna be mad about this. So we was in the game, and we were like huddling up, and you know how you huddling up, just like heat of the moment, and like we was trying to huddle up, and like Noah like stuck his hand in the air because he was trying to put his arm around like how we do, and and Javon has just been fighting all game like with this big guy he had to guard, and it's just like he can hit in the face, he can hit in the nose, and he can elbowed in the chest, and I felt this pain. That's why I was laughing, and Noah like accidentally like slapped him in the face after he had just got hit in the face.
Oh no!
So he was kind of like, oh my God, like
he was at the end.
Yeah, he was at the end, so we had to calm him back down. Like, Vaughn, it's fine, but he was like, all right, I got y'all. So that was like one of the funniest like moments, because we felt this pain, because he's like one of our warriors on the team. So
Yeah.
Like, he be down there, like, fighting all the time.
Absolutely.
So every time he get hit or anything, it just be like he don't stop just because of that. Just like, it was just funny because it was his own teammate this time.
Yeah.
That hit him in the face. He was just like, it's just one of those games where I just got to get hit in the face. So I was like, yeah.
I can't take it anymore.
Yeah,
like,
you can't take it.
So you mentioned how he's a tough guy, and it seems like you admire that quality about him. What other qualities do you see in the guys you share the court with that you kind of want to embody, or what do you want to represent to them as a teammate?
I kind of always talk to Kanai Roots. I always just tell him that, because he's going to be a pro, and I always tell him, like, just keep his head right, because, he's young and he's just learning, and he's learning so fast, and I just think he's going to be really, really good. So I kind of, like, always just talk to him, because it's my last year, and I just want to put so much in his ear. So when I do leave, he'll always remember, like, he told me this, he told me that, and just refer it to the court and stuff like that. I just think he's just going to be great. And, he's my boy. I love him to death, and I just think he's going to be an NBA player. So I always just talk to him about, like, just keeping his head right. And he's not one of those guys that have a bad mindset, or, like, he always happy for the next teammate or anything. I just want him to stay like that,
Mm-hmm.
So I always just talk to him, like, just smile, bro. Like, it's fine. Like, you miss a shot, you miss a dunk. Like, it's fine. Like,
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. Like, so I just always talk to him. And another person I try to look like, who helps me with a lot of stuff, is Rain Smith. Just how he go about things, because he know, like, even when we was losing, I feel like he was, like, more of our vocal leader, because he's been with the staff and stuff for so many years. So he was just telling us, like, man, like, we're going to be good, and all you guys got to do is just trust it and stuff like that. Like, he was keeping our confidence up, because we didn't really know what to expect. We losing. It's kind of like, oh, we got to get this thing right. And we are new coaches. We don't know, like, how practice finna go and how the coaches finna go about things. So, he helped us with a lot, just being able to talk to us and let us know about, like, how we finna go about things next. I feel like he was our biggest, like, vocal leader when we was going through a lot of adversity.
Okay, so let's kind of shift gears a little bit. Let's rewind a little bit. Growing up, did you always know you wanted to play college sports, specifically basketball, or did you play other sports?
I played other sports as far as, like, for football. Growing up, I was a football guy, because I was smaller. Like, I wasn't really tall, so I started playing AAU, like, 5th grade, but I was more like a football guy. Like, like, you in elementary, they ask you what you want to be when you grow up. I always used to say, like, NFL player and stuff. Like, I just knew I was going to play, like, college football one day. Just going outside, playing with my friends. So we always just played, like football and stuff. So I always just looked up to, like, football players. I mean, I liked the LeBron James and stuff. That was cool, but I was more like a football guy. My dad played football. So, yeah, I always knew I was going to play football.
Okay, so then what shifted?
So I just, when I started playing AAU, travel basketball, that was fun. Like, just being able to go out of town with your friends on the weekend after a long week of school. So I just thought that was so fun. And I played it every year from that time on, and it's just like, the older I got, I started, like, shifting away a little bit from football. It's just like, dang, this is fun. Like, if I could travel and play basketball for the rest of my life, like, I would be happy with that instead of,
yeah.
Because it wasn't no travel football.
Yeah.
So it was just always just game on Saturday and football, and you go home. Like, basketball is like, it's all day. You start Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I liked the tournament feel, that if you win, you get a trophy. I just liked it that I just really, like, felt like that was my way to go. I was less sore. I just thought that was my path.
Yeah. So you mentioned your dad played football. You wanted to grow up and play football. Is he a big role model for you in your life?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. A huge role model for me. Just always kept it real with me. Even when I, like, do so bad, and it's just like, you got to hear this, like, so that made me, like, get a little bit tough skin and stuff, and without him, I don't think I could be able to play for Coach PK. Like, just giving me, like, that tough skin and being able to get held accountable for everything. And after games, even when I didn't want to hear it in the car, those car rides home, I feel like now that I look back that I'm older, like I used to hate it, but all those times really helped me, like in the times like now.
Yeah, helped you become who you are and build your character and your drive and your grit. So what's the biggest lesson that your dad has taught you?
My biggest lesson is he taught me was never take anything for granted, because you don't get too many opportunities at things. So whenever you get that opportunity, you got to take it. And not every opportunity, he always told me, not every opportunity is a good opportunity. So you just got to know which ones to take, and the one that you do take, it's going to be adversity in there too. So don't never think that everything is going like too good. He always told me that, and always stay in the middle of not getting too high, not getting too low, but never get low. If you do get high, just never get low. So he always taught me that.
That's good. That's really good. That's some good lessons. Okay, so what is something that nobody knows about you?
Is that I'm a really good swimmer.
Really? You came up with that quick. How do you know you're a good swimmer?
Because like growing up, that was my thing, like pools and stuff. So I laid back a little bit now that I'm older. But yeah, I really know how to swim, and I can like stay up on the water for a good amount of time. And I be telling my girlfriend all the time that she grew up like swimming and stuff. So one day we can get that race in for sure.
Oh, okay. Are you like breaststroke, freestyle?
Yeah, freestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, freestyle. I can get up under the water. I swim the fastest up under the water.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can't relate because I'm not I'm not a good swimmer, so, oh my gosh, that's funny. So you guys need to race sometime soon?
Yep.
Okay, once it warms up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it has been cold in Louisville. Is the weather different up here than it is like down in Atlanta growing up?
For sure. You
had to buy a big coat when you moved up here.
Yeah, I already had it because I was coming from Virginia, but yeah, when I went to Virginia, I had to like go to like the mall up there and like grab like
Invest.
5-6 coats. Yeah,
Yes.
I never had a coat.
Oh my gosh, never?
Yeah, I mean, I had one, but I barely wore it because like the coatest they get in Atlanta is probably like 45 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you can go out there with one of these on and you'll be fine.
Dang. Well, okay, so after your time here at Louisville is over, what do you want to do? I mean, I know you have a baby on the way.
Yeah.
What's your life look like starting?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, for sure play pro, you know, but yeah, just play pro, try to start that process and see what's out there for me. It's kind of hard to like, I kind of like don't like to like think what's next because like what we're doing now is just.
You've got a lot of season left.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to jump ahead here.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm probably going to draft process, of course, and try to get pro or whatever. And yeah, I just know my son will be right there with me every step.
Oh
so.
yeah, you're gonna teach him to shoot some hoops.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. Okay,
sure.
Well, thank you so much for watching Athlete Unscripted with Sidney Depp. Follow Floyd Street Media for more news, updates, and content on all things Louisville athletics. And thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was great chatting with you.
Thank you, guys.